Alright, so now it's about Mudbound. It's a rated R historical drama from 2017 that's rated R. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes. 97% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good review. The consensus being the film offers a well-acted, finely detailed snapshot of American history, whose scenes of rural class struggle resonate far beyond their period setting. And 85% of audience members gave it a good review. Yeah, so across the board, this is a pretty good film. The premise set in rural South, in the in the rural American South during World War II. Deary's Mudbound is an epic story of two families pitted against one another by a ruthless social hierarchy, yet bound together by the shared farmland of the Mississippi Delta. Mudbound follows the McAllen family, newly transplanted from the quiet civility of Memphis and unprepared for the harsh demands of farming. Despite the grandiose dreams of Henry, his wife Laura struggles to keep the faith in her husband's losing venture. Meanwhile, Hap and Florence Jackson, sharecroppers who have worked the land for generations, struggle bravely to build a small dream of their own despite the rigidly enforced social barriers they face. The war upends both families' plans as their returning loved ones, Jamie and Ronsel, forge a fast but uneasy friendship that challenges the brutal realities of the Jim Crow South in which they live. So it's rated R for disturbing violence, nudity, and language. It's a historical drama. I'm not sure if it's actually based on an actual story. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure similar events could have happened. Anyway, yeah. So the film stars Carey Mulligan, Jason Clarke, Jason Mitchell, Mary J. Blige, or Blige, I don't know, Rob Morgan, Garrett Hedlund, Jonathan Banks, Frankie Smith, Kennedy Darrison, Calvin Harrison Jr., Carrie Cahill, Henry Frost, Lucy Faust, Jason Kirkpatrick, Dylan Arnold, Claudio Laniato, and directed by her, Dee Rees, and also written by her screenwriter. Yeah, screenwriter also Virgil Williams. Yeah, okay. I guess it's time for the personal thoughts. I really like this film, obviously. I'm surprised that audience members gave a really high review. Yeah, so this film obviously has some like social commentary. Like, this isn't like a feel-good film. I mean, there are feel-good moments, but like, yeah, this is kind of a harsh and brutal film to watch. Because yeah, it does like incorporate like historical aspects of American culture, such as the Jim Crow South, which yeah, were laws that gave unfair advantage against unfair disadvantages towards like black people, compared to white people. Anyway, like whatever. But yeah, the social commentary is definitely there. But yeah, again, this is like sort of a mainstream type of film, blockbuster feel, where like yeah, there's a lot of like sentimentality. There's drama, there's powerful acting, and the scenes are beautiful. It's well shot. You know, like yeah, it does remind me of the film of like a mainstream type of film. So yeah, and there are like some violent acts in this film that I haven't seen before, or at least conceptualized like this, especially when it comes to the harm that black people faced. But I think the point of this film really is a different sort of racism that I don't really think about. Like World War II, American black American soldiers, like when they were in Europe, they actually enjoyed life there better, even if they were in war, because the Europeans treated them better than like white Europeans treated them better than white Americans. At least in their experience. So it's like they're in war. They finally find like whether it's love or companionship with European people, and they come back home when the war is over, and it's like it's like they feel like they're not appreciated. They feel like they've been like used, and then because life for black people in the U.S. has not changed significantly during that time, I guess before and after World War II. So I'm sure this film got some. Wow, yeah, a lot of awards. Wow, that I'm not gonna go through them all, but let's see. It was nominated for Academy Awards. It won the Alliance Women Film Journalist Award. For Best Ensemble Casting Director, Billy Hopkins and Ashley Ingram. At the Black Reel Awards, I won Outstanding Supporting Actor Jason Mitchell, Outstanding Ensemble again Billy Hopkins and Ashley Ingram, Outstanding Original Score, Mighty River by Mary J. Blige, Raphael Saadiq and Hara Tinson. And yeah, Gotham Independent Awards, one for Ensemble. Guild of Music Awards also won. Yeah, Breakout Ensemble. Okay, so it looks like this. Most of the awards in this film is like for best ensemble, which means like a lot of good actors. Like for the most part, all the actors that were cast did a good job, and for the music too. Yeah, so I guess if you're into good acting and music, give this film a shot. And if you're into historical war dramas that are much more nuanced and thoughtful than other war dramas, I suggest check this out, especially if you're looking for an American film, that incorporates a lot of U.S. history and the experiences of different, Americans, not, Black Americans, of course, yeah, but also white Americans. I mean, because there are different systems that discriminate against different people, in the U.S. So yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm really smart when it comes to politics, but like I thought it was anyway for the most part pretty thoughtful the way they incorporated it into a kind of a simple story. Because again, yeah, like a mainstream type of blockbuster feel. It's not gonna go too deep, but does a good job of incorporating yeah, like stuff that were historically controversial politically back then into this story. Yeah. So yeah, and of course a war film. So there are war scenes. Yeah, I'm just rambling, but that's Mudbound. Yeah, if any of that sounds interesting to you, check it out. So again, yeah, it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, rated R's for 2017. If any of that sound interesting to you, check it out. All right, take it easy, y'all. Until then, peace.